Just going to post a little bit of a follow-up video to my issue with the GoPro on my snowboard. Spent the day today actually, and a little bit of last week, doing a full tune or a minor tune, or however you want to call it, on both my old Santa Cruz board, which is a park board now, lots of scratches and whatnot, as well as my K2 Dream Turbo. The original issue I had was this GoPro mount here. I had this really nice long arm mounted onto it, but I couldn't get the bottom screw tight enough that when I'd hit a bump, the camera would stay up. You could almost breathe on it and have the thing fall over. Originally I had it mounted with just one of these little flat mounts, and now I've got this CNC aluminum mount, which was suggested to me by one of the members of CT4WD, the Canadian Toyota Four-Wheel Drive Association. So this one here, it's designed for mounting a GoPro, obviously on this side, to a military helmet on this side. It goes into the same mounting spot as your night vision goggles would. It's basically just an adapter. It has a nice big clip on this side, and on this side here there's a spring-loaded piece that actually is what locks it in place on the helmet. I'm not using that, of course, because I don't have the mount on it. What this did have was a nice flat section at the bottom that I could put some 3M, or this one's actually LePage No More Nails tape on it, which is incredibly sticky, adhesive. Works really well. So mounted that up. I had a couple of issues with this mount itself. The spacing in here was a little bit wide, so when I put the two pieces for this mount in, it was loose, and so as much as I could tighten up this screw here by hand, it barely put any pressure on this. So no matter what I put in, even just a single one of these, these little plastic things here with no camera or anything on it, it would flop around with just by gravity. So I ended up finding a flare nut wrench I could fit on the end of this aluminum nut that came with this mount, and tighten the crap out of it, and actually holds pretty strong now. So what I've got set up, of course, is the camera itself, which is a old school HD Hero, or a Hero 1080, the first generation. A couple of the 90-degree corners that come with the GoPros from the factory. And the reason I've got it all set up like this is so I can adjust it, so I can tilt it back and forth, I can spin it, I can turn it this way, so literally I can turn it in any direction that I want and adjust it however I like. That's obviously connected to this nice long one, which worked quite well. It's a little bit heavy, it's pretty rigid, which is nice, so there's not a whole lot of bounce to it. If I give it it's got a little bit of bounce, but it absorbs the vibration pretty good. And I did a shake test on the board itself and just shook the crap out of the board, and the camera shook with the board, and as soon as I stopped moving the camera, or stopped moving the board, the camera stopped moving as well. So I think it'll work out pretty well. Hoping to give it a try. I believe I'm going to Seymour on Tuesday. Either Seymour or Cypress. Maybe it's Cypress. I forget. I don't know. But should be fun. And be my first time out for a few years, unfortunately. But I haven't used this board for a while, and yeah. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, and of course I'll post the video up that I record with it. I've got a couple other mounts and angles I'm going to use so that it doesn't get super stale, and hopefully it'll be a good day with 3 inches of snow or something like that they've got on the mountains here in Vancouver right now. Anyways, thanks again for your help, muchly appreciated, and have fun.